Hey YouTube. A couple weeks ago I made a short talking about the second gen Ford Focus air filter box, if it'll fit in a first gen to replace the lifetime air filter, so-called lifetime anyway, Ford Engineering. So here it is. I got it in there and I'll explain how I did that. A little bit of modifications, not too bad. I did get rid of the lifetime air filter already. It was housed inside here, inside the wheel well. It ran, a portion of the snorkel actually ran inside, up in there, inside the fender well, which, sorry about the lighting. I'm really not good at doing this stuff, but that's what it looks like inside now. Look at all that space saved in the wheel well area. Still got everything apart, not done yet, but yeah, I'll explain how I got everything to fit. Alright, so here's that, actually this is the air resonator on top there. It's just the air box. The filter, what you saw earlier, lived underneath the wheel well there, or inside the wheel well. So that's what it looked like before. There's the cruise control module here, filter box, the down tube where the MAF flow sensor, the MAF sensor lives down there. So yeah, took the two captive bolts there out. Those are 8mm. Loosened up this here. That's 6mm, or you can use a screw stick on there. Pull that off. So when take that off, pop that out. Take it out of that grommet. There, it houses the resonator. Pull that out. Sorry about the unsteadiness there. Pull that resonator out. Drop that down. We don't need that no more. And then you unscrew this part that holds the down tube to the old actual filter box. I already loosened this stuff up to make it faster. Took that out. Okay, pull that out, and there's that. Now, as you can see down there, like, I took out the entire filter box assembly at the bottom there. Got rid of that junk. There's plenty of videos out there that talk about that and show how to get rid of that stuff, so no big deal there. There's also a lot of videos that show how they modify this component to make like a hot air intake for the Ford Focus. Pretty popular. I'd rather go with the OEM look and style. Yeah, that's just me, but some people want to try and stick with OEM products instead of making cold air intakes, hot air intakes, whatever you want to call them. But yeah. So now that all that stuff's out of the way, you can pretty much see that's a big spot there for an air cleaner box to fit. Don't know why Ford went with the lifetime, but yeah, the other one fits just fine with a little bit of finagling around here. So I did, as you can see, I did have to cut away at the original battery box. I just trimmed it down just to give it some more room. I may go with a second gen battery tray that has the hole down that goes over the top of the battery. I think that'll look better. Probably give it a little bit more space, but it fits just fine after you modify this portion here. So I cut the tray out, and I actually cut this portion of the block, the hold down block, because the new filter, as you'll see, will fit kind of right there in that spot. I'm using the original component there. The throttle body hose. Jeez, words. Anyway, yep. I did, after I cut that, I moved some things around, these hoses and lines, just to kind of tuck them away underneath here. I also rerouted these radiator fan, I believe these are the fan connectors, not too sure, but I rerouted these, kind of went underneath here and just put them on the other side of the upper radiator hose, and that kind of gives it a lot of space there. I tucked away one connector. Where'd it go? Yeah, that's it actually. Yeah, nothing needed to be rerouted there for the wiring underneath here. The cruise control cable here, it gets routed. I just kind of rerouted it underneath the throttle body hose and underneath the battery tray. And then this box, the cruise control module, I had to remove it from its location here, and I kind of just let it sit there for now. Seems to work just fine while it's sitting there unattached. I'm gonna have to figure that one out later, but it doesn't cause any issues as far as operation is concerned. So I just pushed that out of the way because it's too much of a tight fit for the just second gen filter to fit for the resonator tube. Other than that, everything else kind of fits just fine. Oh, the snorkel is going to reside right here in this area. There are no screw mounts for it, but it kind of just sits there just fine, so I'm not too concerned about that. Airflow gets in there, no problem, doesn't rattle or anything like that, so I'm okay with that. So it's not perfect, but it does fit, and I got no check engine lights, so I'm happy. Okay, so I got this second gen air cleaner box on eBay, one of the salvage yards in the mainland. I'm on Hawaii, so I'm on one of the Hawaiian islands. It's hard to get stuff here. Junkyards don't have much for this car anyway. But yep, there's a snorkel part, air resonator over there. There's the filter, and it came with a mass airflow sensor, so it looks nice and clean. I'm just going to use that. Actually, not worried about that. No check engine light, so I'm good to go. And then this is going to be difficult with one hand. I already should get a stand, but I'm going to have to set the phone down here, and I'll get right back to you when I get it in place after I shove it in that hole there. Alright, it's sitting in its resting place. Seems to fit just fine. Again, you see where the resonator is, and the man, I can't think today. The cruise control module would sit right in the spot right there, but it's just ever so tight. It's just not going to fit because of that latch right there. It's going to interfere with the Canon plug, or not Canon plug, electrical connector for the module. In its resting place, it's just not going to work. So I'll have to figure that out later, but it's not doing any harm where it's at. And it's sitting nice and flush down in its grommet. I know it's hard to see, guys, sorry, but nice and flush. Again, mass airflow sensors here, so I went ahead and reused the one that came with this, nice and clean, no issues there. I'm going to snap that in, lock the tab on the bottom. It's a little red tab at the bottom, you probably can see it there. Make sure that's locked in there so it doesn't come out. Let's see, next go ahead and tighten that up with a 6mm or a screw stick. Get that tightened up. Make sure that's good and tight, because you do not want any outside air coming in here. Unmetered air, I should say. Get that snugged up. Alright, that feels good. Very good. Again, this is the original throttle body hose, so no issues there. It fits just fine. Once that's done, that's in. I mean, really, there isn't much else to tighten up. It sits in there just fine. The only issue I did notice was this tip, this corner right here, barely touches the hood. Let's say right about here somewhere. As it touches down, it just barely, I mean, you could probably hear it tapping as it as the hood closes, but it doesn't interfere with the hood closing at all. You can just barely hear it tapping right there. And that might be, you know, might be due to this one here. Maybe I can shave a little bit off here, off this plastic, or might be able to just cut this piece off, because there's nothing you can do with that one, with this part here, because it's just kind of, there's nowhere to really, unless you want to drill holes in the frame over here and get, you know, tap a screw in there to hold that down, but I don't think that's necessary. Might be able to get rid of this bracket here, maybe drop it down a little bit lower. If you guys have any clearance issues with this corner right here. Weird design, but I'm sure it was made that way for a reason, for the second gen. Other than that, it fits. Alright guys, a little loud. I started the car up, closed the hood. As you can see, close is pretty good. Body lines look alright. Nothing popping up too crazy. Actually pretty darn good. I did a cold start just a little while ago, so let it warm up, but as you can see, no check engine light. I'm pretty sure the computer's gonna do a relearn, whatever. I'll give it a drive cycle, but I'll give any updates if anything pops up. But I mean, it's been pretty good so far. No issues. I apologize for the poor quality of the video. This is something I'm learning, figuring out on my own as I go. I hope this helped someone, because I didn't see any videos out there on YouTube that that showed second gen filters fitting in the first gen. Maybe they're out there, I just didn't find them. Hopefully this helped somebody, motivate somebody to try and do it if they want to stick with the OEM factory stuff from Ford. It's crazy, lifetime filters. I never heard of that until I got this car. Love this car. It's a go-kart on steroids. 2005 Ford Focus SES ZX3. Alright guys, that'll be it. Any questions or comments, concerns, just post them in the comments. Give me a like if you thought this was helpful. Appreciate it guys. Have a good day.